Hey, thank you for being here today, my survivors, my allies, everyone who is here because they want to get better, because they want to understand more. Welcome back to Walk With Me. Today, we are starting something new, something intentional, something I've been thinking about building for a while. It's just a little bit of a change up, nothing hardcore, but for this episode, I'd like to welcome you to Walk With Me, the Code. Yes, welcome to the first installation of the series we are dubbing The Code. And yes, this one's for the dudes, y'all, the broskies, the guys who know something feels off with what they're being told, what you're hearing out there, and you haven't quite found a better way. That better way is here, you and I together, figuring this stuff out bit by bit. If you're tired, as I am, of the bullshit that is out there being sold regarding real manhood, you just found something real, y'all. But this shit's gonna challenge you. Fellas, don't worry, you don't have to buy anything. I'm not here to sell you shit. For Walk With Me, every few of these episodes, we're going to step into this space. It's going to be a space built for men who are ready to grow, and for those who are tired of the noise, the ego, and the lies about what masculinity is supposed to be. And let me be clear here, guys, this is not a boys' club. Those are weird. We don't do those. This is a space where men actually come to for growing, for learning, for building, and to understand what being strong really means. Because right now, shit, let's be honest, guys, there's a lot of voice telling men that dominance equals strength, that women are the problem, that money, status, and control define your worth. And I'm going to be real, man. I want to be real with you right now. That shit ain't strength. There's a whole lot of insecurity interwoven into that. It's really good marketing, but that's kind of where it ends. So this series, The Code, it's going to be different. This is where we're going to talk about real strength, real discipline, real accountability, which is the basis of everything, guys, and real fucking confidence. We're going to discuss what that really means, the kind that actually works in real life, not online, the kind that many of us were never actually taught. So before we go any further, I want to make sure that we understand this is not a get-rich-quick scheme, okay? I'm not going to be asking you to sign up for something, or I'm not going to be selling you shit. This is not going to be a how to get a woman playbook. However, I will tell you, it's going to help you because you're going to grow as a person. This is guided more towards what you should be, the confidence you should have, how you treat other people. You will never listen to me sit here and blame women for your life, ever. Okay, that's fucking weak, guys. In fact, blaming anything other than yourself is 9 times out of 9 the wrong move. What this is, what we're doing here, it's going to be like a framework for men who are done blaming, and ready to build. And listen, I say men, but a lot of the alpha male stuff that's out there is really guided towards boys, right? Teenagers, young adults, the impressionable. This is all they get to see, really. So although this is going to be a little bit hardcore, I want you guys to share this with the younger kids too. I want this to be a space for everybody, any age. Because here, we're going to be talking about discipline. We're going to be talking about emotional control. We're going to be talking about respect. Damn it. We're going to be talking about accountability and purpose. And here's a part a lot of us don't want to hear. You don't become stronger by putting yourself above others. That's what you're saying. That's what we're being taught. And it's sad because there's so much more to being a man. There's so much more to learn. And we're going to get it's going to get so deep. And I'm telling you, you're going to love this. You all, including myself, are going to become stronger by standing level with people, with confidence, with respect, with control over yourself. That's where the real power is. Because a man who needs to feel superior to others, that isn't strength, my friends. They're compensating. All you see out there is compensation for something. This space is going to be honest, it's going to be direct, and at times it's going to be uncomfortable as shit. Because when you are trying to grow, that space where growth happens is not comfort, it's truth. A man who can't control his reactions is not going to lead anything. You are going to sit back and watch those videos that are out there now and follow and follow and follow. You're not going to ever be a leader with that kind of mindset. You're not going to be a leader in a relationship. You're not going to be a leader on a team or in a business or even for yourself. Here is the damn truth. You don't become stronger by putting yourself above others. I know I'm going to repeat myself in saying that over and over again throughout this series. Standing level. This is real power. So let's get into it. The code is going to be made up of many different subjects. Okay. Today we're going to talk about the main thing is accountability, because accountability isn't just about being a good guy. Being a good guy alone is not going to get you to where you want to be. Having accountability is about becoming a dangerous man in the best possible way. These are men who own to their mistakes very quickly, and they adjust those mistakes without any ego involved. There's constant improvement. Listen to that one. Constant improvement. You are never satisfied. You are never like, this is good. I have reached my location. I have reached my goal. Bull to the shit. You're always, always wanting to improve. The saying is, always be better today than you were yesterday. Remember that one. And of course, a man with real accountability doesn't collapse under pressure. That man, he wins in life. This is not just about relationships. This is not just about how we treat other people. This affects every aspect of our life. You want to talk about that? You want to talk about real life? Listen to the men who lack accountability. They blame their partner when communication fails. They blame their boss when he's underperforming. They blame their past when they don't grow. A man with accountability says, I didn't communicate that well. Let's give this another fucking shot. Or I need to improve my consistency. I'm not getting better because I'm not doing it enough or often enough. And when they see something that they constantly do wrong or bad, they say, that is a pattern that I need to break. Same situation, completely different outcome. There's a narrative out there, my friends, that says accountability makes men weak. I know you've heard it. I've heard it. That is complete bullshit. Weak men avoid accountability because it exposes them, their insecurities. Strong men seek accountability because it exposes them. It exposes their insecurities and it gives them an opportunity to improve them. And nothing can be more masculine than you looking at yourself, seeing those insecurities, and still walking out into the world and going, these are them. I'm not hiding shit. This is who I am. I'm going to get better today. And I gives a damn what you think about me. A man who cannot say I was wrong, I need to do better, I need to fix that, is not strong. He is fucking fragile. The shit you're seeing online from these alpha males, self-proclaimed alpha males, is fragility. The identity depends on being right. It's one-sided, not about getting better. Man, that's dangerous, y'all. It's not just dangerous for them. It's dangerous for everybody who listens to them. Because they get accustomed, they think all I have to say is spout this off. All I have to say is you are weak, you are less than, and that makes me better. You get addicted to that quick surge of energy, right? Of strength. It is temporary. It is weakness. It is fragile. Fragile. Let's get practical about this. In your career, if you blame the boss, you start getting stuck, right? But if you start taking ownership in things, if you start listening to what the feedback you're getting out, not all feedback is good. Listen, I'm in that world. I understand the feedback that's good and the feedback that's bad based off of what I see, based off of results, also based off of the way it's said to me. But I'm going to take feedback. I'm going to listen to the person who has more experience than me and says, this is why you're not excelling in this particular situation. Let me give you some examples of how you can improve on that. My ears are wide open. I'm not going to get defensive about that shit. I want to get better. And if they can help me, or if they have chosen to want to help me get better, why wouldn't I listen to that? In your career, your power, your strength comes from fucking up, figuring out why, and fixing it and getting better. But the first part of that, the fucking up, the messing up, the failing, has to be embraced. You can't blame your failures on anybody else at work. The hell are you going to go? What kind of leadership is that? Have you ever had a boss that blames upper management always for the things that are going wrong and never says to you, you know what, I screwed that one up. I screwed that communication up. That's my bad. Let's fix this. That's good leadership right there. Pay attention to that at work. How about in relationships? Let's talk about that. Any man who deflects creates distance. A man who owns his own behavior, that shit builds trust. You are going to have disagreements in a relationship. There are going to be stages of growth. And if you honestly believe the shit that you're hearing from these idiots about what a man's job is and what a woman's job is, or what women want, then you're out of your fucking mind. Then you are losing in the confidence department. This all starts with accountability. That's what we're talking about. But all these dudes that talk like this have zero fucking confidence. They portray confidence all day long in front of that camera, behind that microphone. Bro, those dudes are broskies. But anytime you see them get questioned, get challenged, they begin to crumble because of their lack of confidence. And I know we're talking about one thing right now. We're talking about accountability. But accountability and confidence, they work together. In the sense where if you have accountability, when someone challenges you, when someone begins to show you that you're wrong about something, and you take accountability for that, your confidence starts to grow with it. Pay attention to those things, y'all. All right, we're moving beyond relationships. How about in health? If you blame things like, I don't have enough time, or I don't have enough money to do this, or this and that, you're going to stay unhealthy. When I talk about health, I mean overall, okay? The man who takes ownership gets disciplined. Take ownership of your health. Take ownership of what your health goals are. And when you screw up, you fucking blame yourself. Here's the great thing about blaming yourself that a lot of people don't teach you. You can blame yourself and fix it all in one fell swoop. I am doing this wrong. How do I fix it? That's what accountability is about. Accountability isn't just recognizing you did something wrong, but what's the next fucking step? I don't want you to sit in this, oh, I did this wrong for hours. I don't want you to sit in that puddle of shit. I want you to, you fell, you're in the puddle of shit. You recognize you're in the puddle of the shit because you put yourself in that puddle of shit. You get out and you start working. That's it. That's all it is. Blaming is only going to delay your growth. Look, if your entire personality is, I'm never the problem, congratulations. You have built a life where growth is impossible, where leadership is never going to happen. Who the fuck wants a leader who never takes responsibility for their wrongdoings? I know there's a lot of people out there who don't mind that, but men, absolutely not. Real men, absolutely not. Accountability stretches throughout your entire life. This is bigger than just relationships. Accountability shows up in every aspect. In your health, we talked about it, in your habits, in your career, in your discipline. Guys, in the way you fucking think. Everything. A man without accountability avoids hard conversations. They avoid responsibility. And all that together will help you avoid growth. Guys, eventually you start avoiding yourself. That's how strong accountability is. Weak men protect their ego. Strong men protect their growth. Please understand what that means. They will stop at nothing to grow. A mistake will not stop them. Accountability of that mistake will not stop them. Ego stops you. Your ego and your growth, those are not the same thing, my friends. Because ego keeps you stuck. Growth, that shit changes your life every single day. Now let's talk about something a little bit bigger, because this isn't just about success. It's also about safety. A man who lacks accountability is unpredictable. Remember I said that. Fragility. You're fragile. You're one person questioning you away from losing your shit, not knowing what to do. That's unpredictability. A man who avoids ownership becomes reactive, defensive, and unstable. Guys, these self-proclaimed alphas, watch them. Look how unstable they are when one person questions them. Even more importantly, look how many people around them are their yes man. Yes. Yeah, you're right. You're funny, man. You're good. You're right. We'll talk about friends at some point in this and the people that you should have around you. But if your circle of people are yes men and they don't challenge you, they don't give a fuck about you. They don't give a fuck about your growth. That's where harm starts. A man who is accountable, you create emotional safety, consistency, trust, and stability. And fellas, that's not just attractive. That's powerful as hell. So let me be clear here. Throughout this series, I'm not going to hold your hand. I'm here to tell you the truth. And no one, my friends, is coming to fix your life. Not your partner, not your job, not your circumstances. You are responsible for what you build here. You are responsible for what you take out of this. And that's not pressure. That is power. Because the moment you take ownership, you stop waiting for something to come. And instead, you start building. And men who build, they become respected, they become trusted, they become grounded and strong in ways that no fucking alpha performance can replicate. You want real power? Stop trying to control people. Start controlling yourself. Because that's where it begins. That's where it builds. That's where it shows up in every single thing that you do. So on these episodes as well, we're going to have a challenge as well. It's uncompromised, it's deep, and it's work. And here's your challenge for this week. This ain't going to be easy, and it sure as hell is not going to be comfortable. I'm going to do it with you because that's the point. We're continuously growing. If you think I'm standing here on some fucking pedestal going, I'm this already, let me show you how to be it, then you have fucking missed the goddamn boat. This is about a journey that I'm going to walk with you. I don't know it all. I've learned some shit along the way. I will admit that. I am confident in the person that I am now, but because of that, I want to grow even more. So for the next couple of weeks, I want you to audit yourself. I'm going to audit myself. I don't want you to audit your partner. I don't want you to audit your job or your circumstances. yourself. How do we do that? Great question. Step one, you're going to track every reaction. Every time something triggers you, anything, stop being ashamed of getting triggered. We all get triggered for shit. Okay? But I want you to track it every time. Every time you get frustrated, every time you get anger, every time you're annoyed about something, every time you get defensive about something, every time you blame something or someone, you stop. And I want you to track it. Don't go into autopilot. Don't think about it later, right then and there. Track it. Whether you put it on your phone, you write it down, I don't give a damn how you do it. Just do it. Then I want you to ask the questions that matter. What part of this is actually mine? It may not be the whole situation. I want you to concentrate on what is your part. Your reaction, your tone, your assumption, and your lack of control. That is on you. That's your power. How are you controlling these parts? That's the next part. What are your reactions? What are your tones? What are your assumptions? What are your lack of controls? That's it. Those are your parts. Step 3, write it all down. You don't get to do this mentally noted. We're fellas. Okay, let's be honest. Most of us don't mentally, we mentally note shit down and then it's gone the next minute or so. I'm saying that from experience. I'm not talking shit to you. Okay? Write it down. If you don't face it on paper, you're not going to face it in real life. Keep it simple. 3 sentences. What happened? How did you react? And what part of that reaction was yours? Name it. It doesn't have to be a fucking essay, guys. I'm not telling you to do that. I'm not telling you to do a story. It's not storytelling time, right? Just the truth. And then the 4th step, we're not justifying. We're not trying to escape. This is where most people fail. This is where most of you will fail. I have failed. Will continue to fail. Will get better. You don't get to say, yeah, but they. You don't get to say, well, if they wouldn't have or didn't do this. And you sure as hell don't get to say, and I'm guilty about this one, anyone should have reacted like that. No, the fuck they wouldn't have. That's your old pattern. For this week, don't defend yourself. Just observe. Don't try to defend your actions. I just want you to see them. I want you to see what patterns you have so that you can make them your old patterns. And step 5 is a good one too, because I want you to sit in those patterns. I want you to understand how it feels to be uncomfortable, to be embarrassed, to be frustrated. Because if you're feeling any of those, that's good. That's awareness. That begins the transformation. When you get comfortable being uncomfortable, you become unfucking stoppable. I'm telling you, you don't have to hide behind blaming everyone else about putting yourself above other people. That's a fragile way to live. So that's step 5. Sit in your shit. Sit in your shit. Get comfortable with that. Step 6, at the end of each week that you're doing this, I want you to sit down and review what you wrote down and ask yourself, where do I lose control the most? Are there patterns there? And what is my default to blame? What do I blame almost instinctually without even thinking about it? Also recognize what patterns keep showing up, because that pattern, that's not random. That's your work. That's the work we're going to do. Let me finish by saying, if you honestly do this for 1 full week, 7 days, you are going to learn more about yourself than most people do in years. It is going to blow you out of the water. And if you don't do it, that should tell you something as well. Think about that. Accountability isn't about catching yourself once. It's about seeing yourself clearly. Once you see it, you won't be able to unsee it. That, my friends, is where change begins. So in this series, I'm also going to do a fashion tie-in. Some of you guys are too machismo or too tough to talk about fashion, but fashion's hot. You love fashion. For a long time, men were taught, don't care about the way you look. Don't express yourself. Don't try too hard unless you were going to court. But modern masculinity, my friends, that shit is evolving, and I want you to evolve with me. Style is no longer about vanity. It's about confidence. It's about identity, self-respect. There are brands out here that they've built their entire aesthetic around clean, confident, intentional masculinity. That's not weakness. It's awareness. When you take pride in how you present yourself, you're saying, I respect myself enough to show up intentionally. That's the code, y'all. How you speak, how you act, how you dress, that's control. I'm in control of myself. That's masculinity. Not loud, not performative, intentional. This next is why all this matters. Walk with me is about healing. It's about awareness. It's about growth. But the code, this is about prevention. Because when men are taught or become accountable, emotionally aware, disciplined, they don't create harm. They don't normalize abuse. They become part of the solution. This is your chance to become a part of that as well. Here's the sweetener on top. You're growing as a person. That's what this movement is about. It's not just about healing the past. It's about building a better future. The code is about building together. I'm not up here to be a king or a leader of weaker men. We are all doing this together. That's how we change everything. You don't change shit from making people around you feel less than. You just become more fragile. You just become more weak. All right, let's bring this home. Accountability is not punishment. What is it? It's power. It's the moment you stop giving your life away and start taking that shit back. You don't need to be perfect, okay? Because there's no such thing. No matter who tries to sell you that, there's no such thing. What you need to be is honest. The truth is, the man you become is built by the standards you accept. So I'm here to tell you that you need to raise your fucking standards. I will raise my standards along with you, not just today, but every day. Progress is the point. Putting people down is not. This isn't about being perfect. This is about becoming someone you respect. When you look in the mirror, that's someone you will respect. This shit doesn't happen by accident. It happens through standards, through discipline, and through what we talked about today, accountability. The man you become is built by what you tolerate from yourself. Stop tolerating weakness. Start building strength. And until the next time, take care of yourself, and I'll see you on the path. Hey y'all, thanks for walking with me today. If something in this episode resonated with you, you can find resources, support organizations, and additional information at walkwithmepod.com. Whether you're seeking help for yourself or someone you care about, those resources are there for you. You can also connect with me on social media. All of the links are in the show notes and on the website. I always welcome your reflections, questions, and stories. And with your permission, some may even help guide future episodes as this community continues to grow. If you believe in what we're building here, please take a moment to rate and review the podcast. It truly helps this message reach more people who may need it. And if someone came in mind while you were listening today, consider sharing this episode with them. Sometimes a single conversation can open the door to healing. Until next time, keep moving forward, one step at a time. Psst, this part is super important, my friends. I want to be very clear about something. I am not a licensed therapist, a counselor, a psychologist, or a medical professional. The content shared on Walk With Me is based on personal experience, research, education, and lived perspective, not professional or clinical advice. This podcast is intended for educational, reflective, and community-based conversation only. It is not a substitute for professional mental health care, medical treatment, legal advice, or crisis intervention. If you are in immediate danger, experiencing a crisis, or need professional support, please contact emergency services or a licensed mental health professional or a trusted support organization right away. Resources and hotlines are listed in the show notes and on walkwithmepod.com. Listening to or participating in this podcast does not establish my therapeutic, professional, or client relationship between you and I. My goal here is to open conversations, challenge harmful patterns, and offer insight and hope. But your safety, healing, and care deserve qualified, professional support when needed. Please take care of yourself